everyone, my name is Michaela and welcome to today's Mindfulness for All event brought to you by Box and Special Olympics. Today we have Tara Stiles, founder of Strala Yoga, Special Olympics athletes and Unified Partners, and the Unified Yoga Club from Sycamore Creek Elementary School joining us today. First, I just want to do a quick overview of the programs that are bringing you today's event. First, we have Box, or Build Our Kids' Success. It is a free physical activity program that is focused on bringing movement and play to children all over the world. Box is completely free and can be run at home, in a classroom, or a gym, or really anywhere kids are. The benefits of Box are endless and has been created for kids of all abilities, helping them physically, mentally, and socially. Next, we have Special Olympics, whose mission is to provide year-round sports training and athletic competition in a variety of Olympic-type sports for children and adults with intellectual disabilities, giving them continuing opportunities to develop physical fitness, demonstrate courage, experience joy, and participate in a sharing of gifts, skills, and friendship with their families and Special Olympics athletes and the community. Specifically, Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools is a program for schools pre-K through university that intentionally promotes meaningful social inclusion by bringing together students with and without intellectual disabilities. With a vision to get youth with and without intellectual disabilities active, Box and Special Olympics have partnered up to create inclusive strategies and activities, making the programming accessible to youth all around the world. Today's event is meant to engage kids and adults of all ages and abilities and help them focus on mindfulness, move their bodies, and learn tips and tricks on how to manage stress and feel their best. Follow along with the presenters as we guide you through yoga poses, breathing techniques, and mindfulness activities. Also, as a reminder, all the links to Tara Stiles' Strala Yoga, Special Olympics, and Box Kids can be found below this video. Additionally, all members of today's presentation are available in the live chat, so if you have any questions that come up during today's presentation, please feel free to ask and we will be able to respond to you directly. With all that being said, first up we have Tara Stiles, founder of Strala Yoga, who will be guiding you through a calming and restorative yoga flow. Enjoy!
Hey everyone, I'm Tara Stiles and I'm so happy you're here. A huge thank you to Box and everyone involved organizing this lovely self-care day and inviting us here together. Oh my goodness, so taking care of ourselves is a big deal and so challenging. It's impossible almost to find that time outside of our day, of course, to have the luxury to do things that are simply for us only. But of course, we understand intellectually that it's completely necessary to take care of ourselves so we can show up for those that we would love to take care of very, very well. So our well-being is interconnected in this way. So something I'd love to offer to you, besides some tools that we'll do, some yoga, some Tai Chi, some movement practices that you can do in your self-care time when you are able to carve that out and find some special space for yourself, are maybe more practical things that you can do basically all the time while you're doing everything else, like being with your family, whether it's teaching, whether it's doing the chores or working, so you can feel better before the tension starts to increase so much where there becomes a real big problem. So much of what I love sharing with yoga and Tai Chi and a little bit of traditional Chinese and Japanese medicine and our lovely faculty at Strala Yoga is helping us feel better in a way where we can use these practices as a tool, not to become really good at and to master, but to actually help us in our lives feel better. We all deserve to feel better. We want to feel better. And in my experience, I learned yoga from a young age in my teenage years, and I felt very grateful to be introduced to yoga in a way that felt really good for me. So I was compelled to share that feeling with yoga for anyone interested in simply feeling better. A lot of my friends and family learned that I was doing yoga and were intimidated right away. They thought, oh, I'm not flexible enough to do that. I don't feel relaxed already. I need to be zenned out, all of these things. And oh, there's so many misconceptions with yoga. We could chat all day long. But what I would love to share with you here today And anytime you want to find me, please feel free to reach out and we can continue this practice. Is doing yoga in a way that literally feels like you, my goodness. And that's when the magic of these practices work. They're not so far off and foreign and ancient as they are in our own cultures and our own lineage. You probably have a great grandmother or a distant relative, somebody who's living a really simple, easygoing life. Maybe they work with the circadian rhythm of the day, they have their biggest meal at lunch so they can rest and digest, more living in an Ayurvedic lifestyle way, but maybe without even having that knowledge or that vocabulary to sort of describe what this is. So in my experience and my research and learning and sharing these practices with people, it's really important that you feel like you, because the wisdoms may come from different cultures and different backgrounds, different places in the world, but ultimately they're inside of us all. And I get goosebumps every time I think about that. We're more the same than we are different. We all want to feel better. So what I'm going to share with you here today, and again, anytime you want to find me, I'm happy to keep this going, are simply tools that you can use to feel better all of the time. My goodness. Okay, so we'll start with just a little easygoing cruise around the room. So you can do this from sitting, if you want to stay in a chair, even on the couch is fine. If you'd like to gently crawl your way up yourself to stand, that's great too. And even from standing, it's often when we're stressed and we're tense that, we could even be doing something as simple as standing or walking around and we're still contracting our muscles, we're contracting our mind, we're using extra energy. And there's this beautiful concept in East Asian culture, and again, probably in your great grandmother or great aunt or whoever is very relaxed and calm and somehow getting everything done. We all have somebody like that in our family. Both of my grandmothers are like that. They actually made these beautiful quilts that I have on the floor for us today. They somehow get it all done and are still full of life, full of chi and full of energy. So the beautiful concept is called Wu Wei. And it doesn't have to feel foreign to you. It literally means use what you need to use to accomplish the task that you're doing and then leave everything else alone. So we can think of that as conservation of energy, of our own energy. We can think about relaxing ourselves while we're simply walking around the house or teaching or being with the family or working, whatever it is, to relax that musculature, that brain energy, that all of that energy that we may be habitually using to show our stress, really, but we're going to practice dropping that excess in a way so we have that reserve sense of energy. So if you have a cat at home, cats are great examples of this. They almost look like they're about ready to fall asleep, or maybe they are sleeping, almost that kind of dream state. And then just at a moment's notice, they could leap on top of the refrigerator or whatever it is, because they're so relaxed when they relax. They're at ease, they're not using any extra energy, they're not essentially stressing themselves out more than they need to move themselves how they need to move and to think how they need to think. So when they decide, I'm going to jump on top of the cabinet, they can do that and have access to their full energy. So that's really kind of what we're going for here today. So I'll lead you through some simple, more normal kinds of movements that you can practice literally all the time, whether you're at home, cruising around, walking down the street, going to get your groceries, going to school, dropping the kids off, whatever it is. How can we do this in the easiest possible way? And it is a practice, which is something you can continue to come back to. So we'll do some walking, some movement, some crawling, some standing. And by the way, this stuff is contagious. So if you start doing this at home, you may start to see more people getting involved with you and sharing this practice. And then I'll transition into a very simple, easygoing yoga practice that can hopefully change your mindset about what yoga can be for you. So instead of making the pose the goal, really making feeling connected to yourself the goal, and moving in a way that feels best for you, so you're in alignment with yourself every single step of the way, and you're not trying to force your body or force your mind into a tiny box or into a shape as a goal. Really the goal is to feel better, connect with yourself, and drop any of that excess tension along the way. So if you're sitting, feel free to stay sitting. If you're comfortable there, if you'd like to gently crawl up and stand, feel free to do that. And put a little bend in your knees if you're standing. Shift your weight a little side to side from your center. Find a nice, neutral, balanced place here. So you don't want to have your feet too close together so it's tough to balance, or too far apart, more of a kind of big athletic, basketball stance, something like that. More just easy and comfortable. And in order to move, in order to be moved, we need to be movable. So put a little bend in yourself. So a little mechanical bend in your knees. Maybe that's a little bend in your elbows. And then beyond just your body, your bones and your muscles and everything that makes you up, maybe there's an emotional softening. Just simply let go a bit here. You can even close your eyes if that's useful. Let yourself gently shift and drift here, a little side to side or easy forward and back. Just like a tree softly swaying in the breeze. Eventually, when the breeze quiets down, landing on a nice, balanced place. You're ready, easy. Letting your breath start to move you, just like the breeze would move a tree, seemingly from the outside in, letting your breath become that breeze to move you. Take a big inhale. Long exhale. Notice yourself expand with your breath. Big inhale like a big ball. Expanding, long exhale. Softening, releasing. A couple more times. Big inhale. Not just up and down, but in all directions. Easy. Exhale, soft. Again, big inhale like a big globe, expanding. Long exhale. Relax. Let your whole body get involved here. Big inhale, reach your arms up. Easy exhale. Relax your arms down. A couple more just like that. Big inhale, reach up. Easy. All the way back down. One more time. Big inhale, reach up. Bring your palms together. Plug in toward your center. Maybe connect your thumbs right to your heartbeat here. You can feel your heart pumping. If it's more comfortable to bring your hands to your center, go for that. Simply notice your breath moving through you. Leave yourself alone here. Let your breath simply take over. Notice how little you have to do here. And in a way, the less you do, the more you feel, the more your breath can show up and support you. You're still using energy to stand or sit where you are, but nothing more, nothing less. Nice and efficient, nice and wu-weied. Let that go here. Shift your weight to one side and just start to take a gentle cruise around your space. Or if you're sitting here, start to, from your center, gently look around your space. And instead of looking with your head and your neck and your eyes, start to get this feeling where you're looking from your center, almost like you have a nice big eyeball right on your belly there, leading from your center. So you might start to notice you're moving from your hips a little bit. You can walk forward or walk back. Nice and balanced over yourself as you go. No extra tension anywhere. See what happens if you start to make some circles, moving over your center, letting everything else relax, letting your center guide your movement, so your legs and your arms are just going along for the ride. So this may seem really simple, and it is, of course, but it's a great practice because we all hold extra tension and we have funky habits that are in ourselves, and they show up in the simplest of places, just like walking around. So whether it's walking with your shoulders up or walking kind of with your feet too close together, some extreme examples, or walking leaning too far forward or on your tippy toes, maybe it's an arched back that you have going on there, or maybe just kind of clumsily heading so fast because you're so busy that it's hard to find that balance. We'll practice here, easy walking. And then just to give yourself a little bit of a test, if you needed to head somewhere in a bit of an efficient way, pick a point in your space and see if you can head over there, sort of without any extra time being wasted. So we don't need to walk so carefully like we're being good at walking again. Let this be easy for you. Imagine there's a small person over there they need to go talk to, you head over, and then you can head on back to the next thing. Head on over to one side, and head on over, and see what happens if you start to let your breath get involved here. Big inhale, take a step. Long exhale, take a step. Big inhale, take a step. Long exhale, take a step, and keep going with that. You don't have to match one step to one breath, but let your breath be part of the equation here. Inviting your breath to be part of the conversation, this breath-body connection. When we do some yoga here in a moment, we'll practice yoga in a way where your breath begins and your body follows. So a great practice to use what you need, rest what you don't. Essentially, self-care all of the time. Find a nice place to stand here, easy. Put a little bend in your knees. Take a big inhale, reach your arms up. Easy, crawl on down yourself here. Put a little bend in your knees. Make this gentle on you. Crawl down. One hand finds the ground. One knee, easy. The other hand and the other knee. And again, this may seem silly, but we'll crawl here for a moment from your center. This is really great to do just around the house. If you've got little ones around, you're probably on your hands and knees sometimes anyway, whether it's picking up toys or cleaning or playing. So we might as well make this movement something that can be nourishing and part of self-care instead of a terrible position to be in that causes a lot of stress or strain. You just want to get right back up to standing and being that perfect adult, right? So finding a way to let this feel good in your hips and back. Maybe a little shift one side and the other side. Again, getting that breath involved, getting your breath involved. And it's most important that these movements really feel like you. So it's not about doing something that's formulaic, but following the process of moving from your center, letting your hands and knees just go along for the ride. It's almost like you would imagine yourself at the beach on a nice day, letting your hands just dig into the sand gently. Or outside in the grass, letting your hands just gently press into the ground. Let that feel nice for you. Just a few more moments here, easy. If you have back pain at all or know somebody that does, this is a really great practice to do. Even first thing in the morning, right out of bed. Just crawl down to the ground, roll around a bit. So really starting to pay attention to all the transitional movements from crawling to standing to sitting, because we're doing them all day anyway. We can do them by bringing more attention, more misalignment, more stress into our lives, or we can use these simple movements that we're already doing to actually undo the stress and tension, bring us into more harmony with ourselves. Eventually find a place to sit here, whether that's on your heels or on your hips. Doesn't have to be a yoga position here. Just find a place that you can sit that's comfortable for you. Close your eyes and simply notice how you feel. And simply notice what you're aware of. That may be as simple as the sound in your room, or the air temperature. Maybe you notice people around you or where things are in your space. Maybe you don't just notice things in front of you, but also behind you. Just simply notice what you're aware of. Take a big inhale. Long exhale, let that go. Come back to crawling here, easy. And keep crawling your way up towards standing here. Find the easiest way. Don't jump up so that's not so great on your knees. Just crawl up yourself. Gently shift your hips a little side to side and let that crawling turn into a walk. Just a gentle cruise around your space, moving from your center. Maybe walk a little bit forward, walk a little bit back. Letting that breath move through you, easy. If you feel a little tension kind of creeping into your shoulders or hands, give yourself a little bit of a wiggle. Doesn't have to be so technical. It's a Tai Chi thing, but really it's just a wiggle. Sometimes when we realize the techniques that we're doing, we become stiff, more rigid. So just wiggle, a little shake there. And once you've had enough shaking, just let that go. Come back to stand in a place that feels pretty great for you. Just find that right spot in your space to stand. And simply notice what you're aware of here. Maybe something happens at the window. Maybe you hear somebody or notice something happening inside of you. Just simply notice what you're aware of. Take a big inhale, lift. Easy, relax. Big inhale, reach your arms up. Easy, crawl on down yourself here gently, real softly. Crawl on down there. Just a few moments to crawl around here, easy. You can pause on all fours if that's nice. Roll around a bit here in your back and head and neck and hips. Just simply move how it's really good for you right now. Do exactly what you need for you. Don't worry about being good at this. If it feels right for you, then that's the right thing. Only you can know that. And eventually coming toward an easy place to sit here. Maybe that's on your heels or lean back a little bit. Maybe sit cross-legged. You can sit up on a pillow if that's more comfortable for you. Let yourself gently roll around here a little bit side to side or softly forward and back. If you find a spot that feels particularly good to hang out in, feel free to hang there for a bit. Breathe nice and big. When your attention is pulled toward another place, let yourself head on over. You can't do this wrong. This needs to feel just like you. Your instinct here is the best one. Eventually, winding your way toward a nice, easy, neutral place. Your hands relaxed. And simply notice how you feel. And notice what you're aware of. Maybe it's a feeling happening inside of you or something you're aware of around you. Just simply noticing. Take a big inhale, reach your arms up. Bring your palms together, plug in toward your center. Really connect here, your thumbs to your heartbeat, or maybe your hands to your belly if that's more comfortable for you. Again, let this feel like you, no extra tension at all. Just you. Take a big inhale. Long exhale. Twice more, big inhale. Long exhale. Once more, big inhale. Long exhale. Let everything go here, easy. Lean on over toward your right side. Let your center fall over. Then your arm just catches you. Open up here. Maybe this opposite arm stretches up, but it doesn't have to. Maybe a gentle roll around. Let your head go, let your neck go, easy here. And coming all the way back up from your center, fall on over toward your other side. That arm just catches you. Open up. Let your breath begin and show you where to go. Just like a tether there to your breath. Letting it simply pull you around. Gently and easy. Crawl yourself forward there from your center. Let your arms just follow that lead. Let your head go, your neck go. Crawl yourself back up there. Again, moving from your center. Slide back till your hands just catch you as you push down, lift up, easy. Gently back toward your center. Rock a little side to side till you find a nice, gentle, neutral place. Close your eyes. Simply notice your breath moving through you. Just like a gentle breeze would move a tree. Simply responding to your breath. Lean over to the side here. Slide your legs around behind you, or kind of crawl back up onto all fours here. Moving from your center, like your hands and knees, just simply find a place in the ground. It's like you'd be at that beach or out on the grass, enjoying how that feels in your hands, just digging in. So there's no big claw here, no lack of energy, just the right amount of effort here. Let yourself roll around here a bit side to side, or easy forward and back, real softly. Crawl toward your left side here so much that there's no weight on this right leg, so it can slide on up there for a nice low lunge. Scoot your back knee back a little bit there softly, and shift your hips a little side to side so your hands find a neutral place on the ground to support you. All those moments are important, not just any final pose. Letting each pose just simply be one moment on a continuum here. Just a point. All the points matter. Every moment matters. Lean toward your left side. Big inhale. Twist open toward your right. Back toward your middle here. Lean right. Roll open. One more time each side here. Back toward your middle. Lean left. Open up. Back toward your middle here. Lean right. Roll open. Back toward your middle. Settling in for a bit. Lean a little left. Lean a little right to find your center here. Tuck your back toes. Keep this back knee on the ground. Shift back toward your runner stretch. Lean left and then lean right as you head backwards. There's no goal here to sit on your heel and get a big extreme stretch. Just find that place where you feel a good opening, but you can still breathe. You can even tell this foot to take a little bit of a break here. Your ankle relaxed. You'll find different places in your body to release, not just your hamstring here, but the whole back of you, from the backs of your toes all the way down and around like a big loop, a big sphere. Crawl yourself back out toward this low lunge. Tuck your back toes, lift up through your hips, crawl your hands back a little bit here so your arms are a nice balanced support. Put a little softness in your knees. Let your head go, your neck go. Sink right back toward this low lunge here. Soften your back knee down toward the ground. Easy. We're safe, home base. Crawl toward that open side here so much. There's no weight on this front leg. It slides back around. Move your center back toward your center. So you find all fours here, easy. And crawl toward your right side here so much. This left leg can slide forward. Scoot your back knee back a little bit there. And shift your hips a bit side to side. Left hand finds the ground, and your right one, just like a leaf in the breeze, slowly finding that resting place, letting yourself really feel like all those nature expressions that you are. Lean toward your right, big inhale, twist open toward your front leg. Back toward your middle here, lean left, roll open. One more time each side here, back toward your middle. Lean right, twist open. Back toward your middle here, lean left, open up. Back toward your middle here, settling in for a bit. Tuck your back toes, keep this back knee on the ground. Shift up and back toward your runner stretch. Lean right, lean left as you go. Finding that good spot. Maybe it's up high and you can tell that foot to relax a little bit there. Or maybe you're all the way back. It doesn't matter. The best spot is the one on the continuum that feels best for you. Pushing ourselves too far is the opposite direction of self-care. We all do it, but hopefully we learn from it each time to not do it again. Finding that place where you feel a good stretch, but we're still connected to ourselves. Crawl back out toward that low lunge. Tuck your back toes, lift up through your hips, crawl your hands back a little bit here. Drop over your legs, little bend in your knees. Let your head go, your neck go. Maybe let yourself gently move around a bit here. Sink right back toward that low lunge here. Crawl your hands out, drop your back knee down. You're safe. Crawl toward that open side so much that top leg can slide back around here, easy. Finding all fours again, soften, moving from your center. Tuck your toes, lift from your center, up and back toward a nice down dog. Keep a little bend in your knees, move your center from one side so much that a hand just dangles because there's no more floor there. Let this feel like a good stretch here. Move and shift your center to the other side so that opposite hand dangles. So instead of worrying about a specific downward dog pose that you've maybe seen lots of pictures of, this is more about you getting into you. You finding that best spot. And eventually letting those movements be a little less visible until you find a nice centered, balanced place here. A little bend in your knees. Crawl out toward a plank pose here, just the top of your push-up. And for this one, Make sure you're not over your wrist too far. That's not so great for your wrist. We want this to be therapeutic and not causing harm. So come back a little bit here, a little bend in your knees. Gentle movement from your center, side to side, or easy forward and back there. Drop your knees down toward the ground, sink your hips toward the ground, just like that leaf floating, breezing on by your window, a little bit one way, a little bit toward the other way, all the way until you find that place. It's just right. It always lands in the right place. We feel so great when we take a walk in nature and just look around. Take a few big breaths. We feel so good because we're part of that nature, connected here. We come back to do these practices. Feels so great instantly. You can do this anytime. Keeping your knees on the ground, come up and back, tuck your toes, lift up and back toward that down dog here. Settle it. Little bend in your knees, gentle movement of your center there, side to side. And take an easy bear crawl here. Shift all the way to one side so much that a foot and a hand just slide forward. Should feel nice on your back. It's not about walking your feet up to a smaller place, just crawling along. And then to get your hands a little closer to your feet, move your center back one way and then the other way until you're in a nice comfortable forward bend here. Put a little bend in your knees, let your head and neck go. Might feel nice to cross your arms here, so you have a nice kind of weighted anchor to your torso. If that's not so good, just relax your arms. Let this be good for you. Find the best version for you. Roll yourself up towards standing. Take a big inhale, lift up. Easy. Drop your arms down here gently. Shift around here. It's going to come to stand. This time nice and wide, but same idea. Moving from your center to step one foot out and the other foot out there. Always staying with yourself everywhere you go. Nice and lifted. Turn your right toes forward here. Left toes come in a bit there. Really gently. You want to have your back toes kind of angled in toward your front, so this is good for your hips as well, and it's easier to balance. Just take a big inhale, reach your arms out. Gently sink right in the middle here, low. Easy. So you want to make sure you're not leaning too far forward or back. Everything's right in the middle, so you can always adjust your feet. Maybe that's a little bit wider stance or a little bit more narrow. Just play around until your body feels like it can lift up and lift down. You're not leaning forward or back. Just like a bird softly gliding in the breeze. Take a big inhale, lift up. Easy, right back out. Let your breath begin. The rest of you follows. Big inhale, lift. Easy, back out. Should feel nice. Big inhale, lift. Easy, back out. Tip all the way back, reverse, lean back here a little bit, and then wave up and over here. Rest your forearm right on your thigh. Back arm floats up and over. Roll your whole body open here. Soft. Put a little bend in that back knee, reach your top arm back, lift up through your center high, and we'll change your feet around here, turning your other toes forward, back toes come a little bit in. Sink right in the middle. There we are, gently. Again, you can always adjust your feet. Don't suffer in a bad body position here. Always change so you're comfortable, so you're in a workable body position here. Almost like plugging the cord into the electrical socket. You want to make sure everything's lined up so you can plug in, not forcing anything here to work if it's not going to be connected. Take a big inhale, lift. Easy, back out. 2 more times. Big inhale, lift. Easy, back out. 1 more time, lift. Easy, back out. Tip all the way back, reverse. Take that front leg with you, lean all the way back. And then up and over, rest your forearm on your leg, just like a glass of water on the table. Back arm floats up and over. Roll your belly open. A little bend in that back knee, reach your top arm back, lift up through your center high. Turn your toes to be a little more parallel to each other. Lean to the side and come back to a nice standing neutral place. A little bend in your knees. Notice your breath moving you. Take a big inhale, reach your arms up. Let's do a little bit of balance here. Lean toward your left leg. Give your right shin a good squeeze, a little roll around here. Keep this standing leg a little bit soft, so there's no need to lock it or have extra tension there. We'll find a nice tree. Maybe your foot's right into your thigh, just like a magnet to your fridge. If that's not so cozy, if that's driving you a little bit bananas, you can always bring your toes down. Just find an easy variation for you. Maybe your hands come to your belly, or thumbs to your heartbeat, or arms float up. Letting the breeze simply move you. Give your shin a good squeeze. Bring your foot right back down, lean to the side, back to your center. Big inhale. Long exhale. And other side here, lean, grab a hold of your shin for a nice squeeze. And find that tree. It can be a different variation on this side. Sides don't have to be identical to each other. We do different things with our bodies, of course, all day long on different sides. So find the variation that feels like a good fit for you here. Maybe hands to your belly or heartbeat or lift up. Cool thing is, if you're soft and movable, when you fall, it'll be easy, not a problem. If you're stiff and tense, if you fall, it's going to be much more of a crash and not so nice for you. A little bit more added stress, maybe a little tiny injuries there. But we want to be easy and soft so we can be movable. There's no real big crashes or mistakes here. Simply taking care of yourself in every moment, every movement. Big inhale, lift. Give your shin a squeeze and bring your foot down. Lean to the side, back to your center. Big inhale, reach up. And easy this time, crawl all the way down yourself here. Bring your hands out a ways in front of you. Lean your weight into your arms and sink on down for a nice squat here. Roll around a little bit in your hips and back. Your call if you want to drop through your center, this may be nice. If you want to roll open a bit side to side, it's a nice one too. Maybe you roll a shoulder inside of this leg. You can open up, maybe drop that top arm around. Link a hold of your fingers and open up. Lots of different variations. If this is kind of a big deal, use your arms to support you. Don't force yourself into anything. Eventually we're coming down to sit here. Take your time, ease on down. Bring the bottoms of your feet together for this one. These can relax out. Crawl yourself back. Big inhale, open. Easy, all the way up and over your legs. You're nice and softly. Your head go, your neck go. There's one really useful acupuncture, shiatsu point I'd love to share with you guys. It's really simple. You can do this with your family, your friends, anybody to sort of reset. And if you're feeling a little low energy, a little rundown, this is a nice point to bring your energy up into a middle balanced place, back into a more neutral place. If you're feeling a little fried, a little frazzled, a little overexcited there, overstressed, it has a way of bringing things back to a reset. So I've nicknamed this one, just so I remember it, the Control-Alt-Delete or the reset button. And it's really easy to to connect with. So just the ball of your foot where you would come up onto your tippy toes there. Right in the center, there's kind of like a little cave. It doesn't have to be really exact. You can slide your thumbs, and in this position here, where your feet are open toward you, you can kind of lean in with your thumbs right in the center, right in that cave there, right below the ball of your foot where you lift up, right in the middle. You might feel like a little bit of intense sharpness in a good way. Or it might feel different to you. So this is a nice point of contact. You don't want to squeeze your foot here, just putting a little energy into your thumbs, just pressing there. You can do this to yourself. You can lean on your partners, your friends, your family, whoever's around. Easy to do if you're sitting on the couch. Somebody throws a leg up on you, you can lean into your partners here. Just make some good physical contact. Give yourself a little bit of time, a little bit of patience here to notice what's going on with you. And if this doesn't feel like anything, or if it's too overwhelming, just let it go. It doesn't matter. It's just another tool. Roll around a little bit here. One of the founding principles of Eastern medicine here is creating a good relationship. So whether that's you creating a good relationship with you, you're the most important ingredient into your own healing, your own feeling better. If you're leaning on somebody else or taking somebody else through something you're teaching them, it's all about creating that good relationship with the person that you are with. So we can practice that anytime, whether it's walking down the street, saying hello to a stranger, whether it's with our family, with ourselves. We can always practice creating those good relationships with ourselves and with others. And in that relationship, more becomes possible when we feel better. Eventually, bringing yourself back up toward a more neutral place to sit. Doesn't have to be cross-legged, it can be on your heels or on a chair. However's good for you right now. Breathe here for just a simple moment together. Your whole self soften a bit. A little bend in your elbows, shoulders, maybe a little wiggle. And let your whole self soften. Big inhale, reach your arms up. Your palms together, plug back in. Connect your thumbs to your heartbeat or hands to your belly. Easy. Take a big inhale. Long exhale. Let your arms relax. And simply notice how you feel. Ready, gently open your eyes. Magic. Hope you feel better, maybe more connected with your own breath, your own body, starting that conversation. Maybe keeping that conversation going in your day is hopefully a great thing you can do for yourself, and share these practices with those around you, friends and family, whoever you have in your area. It's great too. And don't jump up right away. You can practice kind of crawling your way back up or crawling your way around your space. And practice this easy movement, this easy connection with yourself throughout your whole day, whatever you got going on. And the cool thing about this is it shouldn't look or feel like you're doing some sort of practice or you're doing something kind of special or mysterious. This is you feeling like yourself, taking good care of you, moving in a way that's maybe a bit more coordinated, a bit more graceful, because you're practicing heading in that direction. You're practicing having that breath-body conversation going, but this should feel like you. So for me, I love practicing this anytime I can remember, hopefully all of the time, as I walk around on the street, as I have a conversation with a local guy on the corner, as I talk to people in the area, hang out with Daisy and Mike and friends, and have even conversations on FaceTime. Make sure I give a little wiggle, a little shake. All of the things that we need to do during the day, whether it's cooking, picking something up, putting it back down. You know, we can do things really stress intense with just our arms and our back, or we can pick something up with our whole body. We can crawl down to the ground, grab a hold of the child of the groceries, and bring ourselves back up and head on over in the easiest way we can, and give ourselves a little bit of a break and give ourselves a chance to take care of ourselves with as much of our time as possible. So when you have time to carve out, to have aside, to do something like this, to do your yoga practice or your meditation, or simply lying down, having a few moments to yourself, that becomes a luxury. And hopefully you do make time for that regularly, even if it's just a few moments every day, maybe right in the morning, right before bed, in the afternoon when you remember. But really, it's such a great thing to learn some tools to take care of yourself all of the time that actually feel like you, that make you feel more connected to you. So of course, all those good things can come out that exist inside when you take really good care of yourself. Your creativity, your intuition, your strength, your vitality, your big heart, your big ideas, all of these things, and we can enjoy our time together. So thank you so much for being here. I love doing this. I feel grateful to have the opportunity. So again, thank you so much for all of your precious time and energy. And I'm easy to find if you'd like to keep practicing with me or with us at Strala. We'd love to help you feel better and help you stay connected to you, because you are incredible. So take really good care. Let me know how this goes, and see you soon.
Thank you, Tara, for guiding us through that yoga flow. Next up, we have a number of representatives from Special Olympics, including athletes, unified partners, and educators, who will be sharing some Strong Minds strategies today. Strong Minds is a Special Olympics program focused on emotional health strategies. This group will now introduce you to a few strategies that can be used to help you deal with stress and feel more relaxed.
Hello, my name is Loretta Claiborne, and I'm a Special Olympics athlete, and I am also the Chief Inspirational Officer for Special Olympics Worldwide. I also serve on the Board of Directors on the Executive Committee for Special Olympics Worldwide. I have been participating in Special Olympics for 52 years. Yes, that's a long time, but I love it. I love sport, and I love how to be with other people. Special Olympics was the thing that opened the doors for me as a very young person, and I still enjoy today, competing, being with my friends, and being a part of Special Olympics. I'd like to talk to you about stress and emotional health. I'm going to introduce you to a strategy called Strong Minds. Strong Minds strategy is an emotional health program which focuses on teaching our Special Olympics community and others how to use active coping strategies in competition and everyday life. When we talk about stress and emotional health, we know that even during this time with this virus, or even any other time throughout your life, you're going to have some stress. Your stress might be moving from one place to another, or getting a new job, or in competition. You're at the end of your competition and you're in place for a medal, and you get stressed out before you go on the playing field. It's really good to have a strong mind when you're stressed. I would like to tell you that if you don't have a strong mind, then you don't really have a really good outlook on how you're going to do something physically, such as in competition, or physically doing your job. The Special Olympics community and others are really it's really a good start to have these strategies to be able to cope in competition, to be able to cope in everyday life. Strong Minds is a really, really valuable program to have, because if you have a strong mind, then you'll have a strong physical and well-being. I'd like to introduce you to 3 strategies, which we'll be learning in other videos: how to use a stress ball, strong messaging, and strong breathing.
Hello, I'm Alan Tobin, a Special Olympics Missouri athlete. As athletes, we know how important it is to take care of our bodies, but it is just as important to take care of our minds. Stress is a normal part of our lives and is not always a bad thing. When there is too much stress, we can end up feeling sad or anxious, get stomach aches and headaches, or have trouble eating and sleeping. It is important to learn healthy ways to manage stress and calm our minds. If you are feeling stressed or overwhelmed, squeeze a stress ball. Can really help relax your muscles and your body. If you don't have a stress ball, use anything soft that you can squeeze in one hand, like a sponge or a stuffed animal. You can also just squeeze your hand. To use your stress ball, squeeze it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Relax. Again. Relax. And then don't forget to breathe deep as you do this. Repeat this move 5 to 10 times for 1 minute, 5 times a day. It will honestly help. I've done it before, and it really has helped me. There's been times that I've done that without having a stress ball out of a competition that has stressed me out. But I remember to do this, and it really has helped me calm down. Well, thank you, and have a great day.
Hi, my name is Abe. I am a Special Olympics athlete and health messenger from New Mexico. My favorite sport is to compete in basketball. Today I'm going to just share some ideas on how to deal with negative thoughts. At Special Olympics, we call it strong messaging. There are some things we can do to help us stay positive. Here are some ideas you can try this week. Listen to music that makes you feel happy. Look at pictures that make you feel happy. Write down some positive message to put on your mirror or fridge. Things like positive thoughts lead to positive actions, or you can totally do this. Try strong messaging today. I think it will really help you. Thank you for watching.
Hi, my name is Maya, and I'm a Special Olympics Unified Partner from Illinois. In high school, I played unified soccer and track and field, and I'm currently a part of the Chicago Fire Unified Soccer team. Today, I'm going to show you how to do strong breathing. Practicing deep breathing can help you feel more relaxed, and it slows down your heartbeat and your thoughts. You can practice deep breathing anywhere, anytime, and without any equipment. You can practice deep breathing by pretending you're smelling a flower, by breathing in through your nose and slowly counting to 4. Then pretend you are slowly blowing out onto a candle by breathing out through your mouth while counting to 8. So I'm going to show you how to do it right now. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, athletes, for practicing the 3 strategies. Let's set a goal together. I'm going to pick my favorite strategy. My favorite strategy is breathing. I tell you why. When I go to the doctors, as soon as I walk in that doctor's office and sit down, my heart rate goes up, my blood pressure goes up. So before the doctor comes in, I like to do my breathing. And what I'll do is I'll take a deep breath and I'll count on my fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax, breathing out. I do this 2 or 3 times. Then when the doctor takes my blood pressure, if it's a little high, I say to her, take it again, and it's normal. I know I have what they call a condition called white coat syndrome. I practice this breathing all the time, even when I'm watching TV or I'm exercising or in the boardroom. When I serve on the board, there are a lot of people there and there's a lot of conversation going on, and sometimes it's really tough. So I'll sit there and practice my breathing. Nobody can see me, and I'm ready. So when the question comes to them, I am ready to answer the question thoroughly. I usually select somebody to work with me, a friend or a mentor or a Special Olympics athlete on my team. I hope that you will select somebody to support you with this strategy. My goal is to continue my deep breathing with my mentor and my friends. I encourage you to have the same goal. You can do this and you won't be able to forget it. You can put it on a note paper, you can stick it on your refrigerator, you can stick it inside your book if you read a favorite book, or you can stick it on the mirror. I encourage you to write down your goal. If you're using a stress ball, write it down. If you're practicing your deep breathing or listening to somebody with a strong message, write it down. That way you'll see it when you need it. I always stick things on my refrigerator or on my mirror in my bathroom so I can remember. My deep breathing. That's my strategy. That's my goal. I can use it on the playing field. I could use that strategy in the boardroom. I can use it in the doctor's room or anywhere when I feel I am stressed. Thank you.
Thank you to all our representatives from Special Olympics. Your tips and tricks are extremely useful and will help us with stress and various emotions we experience throughout the day. Finally, we have special education teacher Pam Hoke and a few members of the Unified Yoga Club from Sycamore Creek Elementary School in North Carolina. Sycamore Creek is one of over 7,600 Special Olympics Unified Champion schools in the United States. Pam and her students will demonstrate yoga poses they do together in order to bring more mindfulness to each week.
Hello everyone, I'm Pam Hoke. I'm a special education teacher at Sycamore Creek in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I'm the chairman of our Cracks Unified Club, which is part of the Special Olympics Unified Champion School movement. We did receive our national banner in 2018, so we're very excited about that. And we just wanted to share with you part of our club, which is Unified Yoga, which we do twice a month, and we do it in our class every day as part of just having some self-calming techniques, and get ready for our day. And so we thought we'd share what we do with you all and hope that you can use that in your home, at school, wherever. Okay, let's get started.
So first we're gonna do the Cobra. So come on and do it with me. Three, two, one. All right, and we're on to the next one. All right, our next one is tree, so do it with me. Three, two, and one. All right, and on to the next one. All right, our next one is the bird. So let's put our hands back and lean forward. Three, two, and one. All right, and we're on to the next one. All right, our next one is the hero. So put one foot in front of the other, one behind, and lunge. Three, two, and one. All right, and we're on to the next one, which is the candle. So bend your knees, get on the ground, and put your hands just like this right in front of your chest. And three, two, and one. All right, and on to the next one. Our next one is the windmill. Spread your feet apart, hand to the floor, and your next arm up. Three, two, and one. And so we're on to the next one, the mouse. Right, bend your knees, get on the floor, and put your arms behind your head. And three, two, and one. Now on to the next one. All right, so we're going to take 5 deep breaths. So inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. All right, and our last one. Inhale and exhale. Good job.
And we are going to do our positive thoughts now. I will be kind to myself.
I will be kind to myself.
I will treat others the way that I will be treated.
I will try to treat others the way I want to be treated.
And I will have control in my body.
And I will have control of me. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you can use these too.
Thank you, Sycamore Creek Unified Yoga Club. That concludes today's Mindfulness for All event with Box and Special Olympics and special guest, Tara Stiles. For more information on any of the programs mentioned, please visit the links below. The presentation will be available to watch here again on Tara's YouTube page, as well as on the Box Kids and Special Olympics pages. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.